So it's a tale that I tire of telling, and yet it's one that is repeatedly told. Mr. Banana, he's actually the one that we can thank for this too. Thank you, Mr. Banana. And it's pointed at Cecil McFly, the YouTuber. Now you can see their Twitter here in front of you at not Cecil McFly, and you can see the post in front of you as well. Onision copyright claimed all 12 of my uploads. You notice that there. All caps. Copyright claimed all 12 of my uploads. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous. Hey there. So today I want to return to that wonderful world of Onision coverage. And I want to put this warning out there to any and all of you. If you are going to cover this specific person, you can't use any clips from their stuff. I mean, sure, it's helpful. Sure, it points out certain things. But at the end of the day, what this person is going to do is they're going to go in, they're going to take your video, and they're going to utilize that to make them money. Now, I don't know about you, but I know that I don't want Mr. Banana Bad Touch touching my bank account, so let's swear that off right now. Now, it happens all the time too. We're going to do a search for that in just a second, but as you'll notice, the person in front of you here at Big Money Onision notes, so with you, that's 74 people he's copyright claimed, and the platform does nothing. So 74 creators. Now, before we search, I want you to put this into context with what's been transpiring over the last year and how Greg, he needs to go out and he needs to make up some of that lost revenue. I mean, if we think about his Patreon, which you see in front of you, now defunct, but if we think about the amount of money that he was making there, what he had at the time was around 561 patrons. And if you go in and you look at some of these graphs, what you realize is that he was making somewhere between probably $2,700, $3,000. And the videos that he's taking, I mean, they're going to make much more than that. I mean, if you're taking videos that are making 200,000 to 2 million or more hits, and he's claiming them, even for a short duration, the amount of money that he's getting, it far exceeds anything here. I mean, by and far. See, a scenario that a lot of people do not consider is the interest over time when it comes to Onision. See, this stuff, it's graphed. You can actually look up from 0 to 100 how much interest is laid in for the last, say, 12 months. And if you look at the times when he was actually operating, you'll notice that he had declining interest, and also he had declining patrons. Then that started picking up as people started covering him. They started talking about him with renewed interest, and well, he started picking up patrons again. Now, as this started to climb, and climb it did, all the way to 100, something happened that Onision, well, he can't get over. And that's the fact that he ended up losing the ability to cash in on his own name. His YouTube is the prime example for that. I mean, if you look at the amount of subscribers he has beforehand, you're talking about a channel with 1.56 million subscribers, a channel with over 2,000 videos. If you take a snapshot from about 9 months ago, there's a few things that stick out. Number one, if you look at all of the videos within this, nothing in this goes over 25,000 views except one topic, and that topic is speaking out about Lanybot and Kai, faking certain types of emotion with that too. But this channel, for all intents and purposes, yeah, I would say it's a dead one. Then along comes a catalyst for renewal, as it were. And when I say renewal, what I'm talking about is a renewal of interest. And yeah, you're talking about Chris Hansen with now 314,000 subscribers. Now, when we're talking about this channel, there's a few things that you need to consider. Number one, the time frame in this. 4 months ago, and I'll show you the interest on his videos too, you can see that it just absolutely blows up as a subject. Why? Because Chris Hansen actually talks about what's transpiring behind the scenes. You can see the numbers that come in with 1 million to 1.8 million, and some of this, these are numbers that Onision, if he ever saw this type of interest, he hasn't seen it in a long time. I'm sure he has entire months that don't range out to the numbers of just one of these. Another thing to consider in this is that his primary sources of income, they're taking away during this. So he has all of this type of interest where he could be responding behind a paywall, but suddenly he loses that. So wouldn't he want to be able to go out and take from others? Now, granted, this renewed interest, it does pop up on his platform. You see his numbers going from the 20s to 30s to 100K with the truth. You can see a few 100K pluses within this at 154, 138. And then you'll notice for a while he maintains this. And if you can claim other things with that, you actually are making some money again. Now, when you figure that he lost, again, primary source of income, and then on top of that, as we go forward, people have dropped off watching his videos. I mean, see that this number, it dropped off to the point that you're talking 40,000, then 30,000. People have just stopped watching that. Well, when you get to that point, of course, this guy is saying, hey, that's my name. I need that money. So you're going to see increased people having their things claimed. Now, as I noted in an older video, this is old hat, as it were. I mean, if you do Onision copyright claim search, what you'll find are things that are 10 months old. They actually have quite a few hits, like the Repsion video at the top saying Onision is copyright striking everyone. That's before the deluge of interest. I mean, when you get into that, then you start noticing a lot more. But you'll notice that it's everyone out there, anyone that is utilizing his material. Again, that's why I will not use his material. See, Onision rejected my copyright claim dispute and had me removed from Patreon. Onision tried to copyright claim another video. Onision copyright claim, click that dislike button while you still can. Mumbo Jumbo hit with 400 copyright claims at once. Onision continues copyright misuse. I mean, you see this stuff again, time and again. People are bringing it up, and the channels in that. I mean, you're talking about channels that are small, channels are large. The one constant variable in this is the desperation of one YouTuber. And that leads me to Cecil McFly. I mean, we're not talking about a huge channel out here either. But again, as we've noted, that doesn't matter. We're talking about a channel that is comfortably supported, but it could use more support at 15.7K. Subscribe to their videos. And this is one, again, that just lost 12 videos. When we get into the videos, too, I mean, consider how much traffic Onision is getting with those newest iterations versus what Cecil McFly is getting here with 16,000 subscribers. I mean, if we look at this first video here, you'll notice that it's 72,000 views. I mean, that's actually really, really good for a channel that size. Here we have early readings of pulling 19K views. Again, if someone like Onision can't pull down 30K, that's got to be another stipend, and especially if you're claiming 71 other people as well. Then you get into the big numbers. I mean, if we're looking at a video like this is actually pretty in-depth, and it pulled down almost 300,000 views. Again, monster numbers for a channel this size. And if you look at the last one here too, that is showing and is sure that there are other things that are missing out of this. But again, you see the amount of interest this subject has and this person has. Of course, that YouTuber will want a little slice of that 138K pie. Now, what's interesting about this as well is that Cecil McFly was talking about manual rejection of counterclaims as well, and that they had gotten manual counterclaim rejections from this person already. Cecil McFly also talks about the fun this system is, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, when that claim comes in, you have to go in and you have to do something about it. This guy gets to automatically try to reject, and you have to counter that too. And, you could have the system decide, hey, I don't want you to have that anyway. I'm going to rescind that, and well, you need to go to court. You know about this guy as well. You know that he might well take you to court. So that could be a joyful experience, especially if you're a smaller channel out there and you don't think you could get enough kind of momentum to actually cover those costs, because it can be quite expensive. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's why people like this get away with it, because there are people out there that are fearful that they'll lose their channels that they'll actually have to go in and fight that. And well, you never know exactly how that's going to go. But like I said, I thought that this was important to talk about because, again, if the numbers are to be believed in that 74 different people, that's absolutely insane. But if those numbers aren't to be believed, I mean, heck, it could even be larger. I mean, you saw all of the videos that came up just with a slight scan, and there's a lot more. I mean, a lot more out there. But anyway, I thought that this was interesting. I thought it shows you where things are, and that it is quite annoying. But anyway, you tell me what you think about this stuff. Let me end by saying, too, thank you. I appreciate you showing up. You empower these endeavors, and not enough people tell you that. I don't want to be that person. I actually want to tell you that you're welcome here because you are. And if you want to sub, you want to share videos, definitely do so. Your time is valuable. I don't want to monopolize any more of it. Like I said, I wanted to say thank you. And anyway, we'll do this again later. Thanks.